Hello, welcome to my channel, and to my subscribers, welcome back. I want to introduce this video to you because I was awakened in the middle of the night on October 26, 2021, and I heard that I wish to speak. And I don't look my best at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and so I grabbed my handy dandy voice recorder app. And I want you to know that I recorded this message in the middle of the night. I believe that it came from the great I Am. I invite you to listen to the message in its entirety and draw your own conclusion. I've used a cargo ship as the backdrop of the recording because there's an analogy in the video about a cargo ship. And also, at the very beginning, you hear a short message, and then there's a moment of silence when I connect with Holy Spirit. And so I invite you to listen to the message, and as always, take what you can use and throw away the rest. But when you get to the end of the video, I invite you to share it out, like it, subscribe to my channel, and drop down in the comments and let me know what conclusion you've drawn as to who is delivering the message. I hope that you enjoy the message.
Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. I am the great I Am. My love for you knows no bounds. Many will not believe who I am and will miss the opportunity of a lifetime to hear my words. All who enter into a space of expanded consciousness can access the wisdom of the ages. But many are attached to the physical world and are unable to believe what they cannot see. As a result, they will miss the opportunity to go deep within themselves and access the key to overcoming the trials and tribulations of this life. This life is more than just the physical. It is also the spiritual all at once. Some who pause and listen will be able to access the spiritual realm. But others are so concrete thinkers that they will not allow space for the supernatural. The supernatural existed long before the physical ever came into being. One has but to shift the focus from the physical to the spiritual in order to access our realm. some are ready for an expanded awareness of consciousness because they know that the physical is not fulfilling to them, and others are truly grounded in the physical and unwilling to own the essence of who they are. Physical is but a vessel for the spirit. The spirit is what is alive within a person, because when the physical is no longer capable of continuing, then the spirit exits the physical and returns to the realm of spirit from whence they have come. All will not be ready for the teachings of expansion. There are many in the physical who have become entrenched with the ways of the world. And although they have heard, be in this world, but not of this world, they do not truly understand the meaning of what that phrase is. If one were really to examine closely the concepts of the Bible and the true intention of helping man to connect with his spiritual nature, then he would be able to recognize that the Bible is also a vessel to get in touch with the Christ consciousness that is within everyone. The Christ consciousness is an awareness of the center of all things that were created, including the man that came to be known as Jesus. Jesus was the great I am, inhabiting the earth as an example of how the world can be so much better when they allow the Christ consciousness to inhabit the body. Many will only believe what they can see, what they can taste, what they can feel. So they will not be able to connect to something that is greater than themselves. The great I am will always be a mystery while on the earth, because the earth plane is a limited physical experience. I am the great I am. I exist everywhere all at once. I am the great I am, and a part of me exists in everything concrete. the inanimate objects as part of my essence. The living things have my essence. Everything has my essence. Some people will miss my essence because they have a finite mind. The finite mind cannot grasp infinity. Infinity cannot be measured. It can only exist. When one has gotten to the place of being so concrete that they cannot expand their awareness, then there is not space for the infinity to come into the physical in a great awareness. I wish that people would form a more personal relationship with the great I Am while on the earth. They relegate their spiritual knowledge to what one person tells them. No one person has all of the answers. The great I Am is more expansive than your knowledge base on the earth. The earth plane existence by the nature of how I create it is finite, but it gives the soul an opportunity to experience a limited experience. Therefore, better understanding the infinite wisdom and knowledge once the spirit has left the body and returned home. The opposite of finite is infinity. And so some people will not trust while in the body the infinite wisdom because it is not concrete for them. Some will recognize that they are physical and spiritual all at once, having a finite experience. One experience is no greater than another experience because the finite will eventually return to the infinite and they will better understand the meaning of the physical experience in a way that they cannot understand while confined to a body which is just a vessel. I will use the analogy of a ship on the ocean. The ship serves a purpose. It moves through the water from one destination to another destination. It is in a body of water that is fluid. It glides through the water. And within the contents of the ship is the cargo that is moving from one place to another place. When that ship gets to its destination, its cargo is unloaded, and there is a hollowness there within the vessel. And then the ship will continue to have the journey through the ocean until that vessel is no longer able to carry cargo, and then that vessel will no longer exist. The body is the vessel for the spirit this lifetime. It carries the spirit, which is your cargo for this life. When the body, which is the vessel, has come to know all that it can in this concrete body for this lifetime, then the spirit, the cargo within the body, shall leave the body behind and return home to infinity. You have historians who are still seeking to understand the experience of what has happened before, because they dive within the ocean to examine the vessel, to try and understand what has happened with that vessel. And as they seek to understand what has happened before by examination of the vessel that is beneath the ocean on the ocean floor, the analogy is once you have shed the physical body and returned home to the infinite space, then the spirit seeks to understand what has happened while in the physical body. It does not examine it from a finite mind as you are having the experience right now on the earth, but it examines the life, the cargo, from an infinite place, and then it integrates that finite experience into the infinity of the spirit and soul. When you return home to infinity, this finite experience will become more real to you than you will ever be able to understand while in a finite body. That is an attempt to help the concrete thinkers to examine and recognize that the infinite is possible if they allow it while in the concrete body. If they do not wish to try and grasp the concept of the finite versus infinity now, they will get it when they return home to the great I am and continue infinity. Teachings from the great I am.